I'm born and raised in Berlin, but I lived in New York for about 16 years, and I moved back to Berlin in 2014, beginning of 2014. Beginning of 2014?
Yeah.
Beginning of 2014, yeah. That's me.
Oh, and I'm Michelle. I followed him over here. I'm from the U.S., born and raised, and I followed this one over here, and I've been here since early 2014 as well.
Mm-hmm. And so you were in New York for 16 years.
Yep.
And basically, we were talking, you kind of got that American New York, like, burnout. I'm sick of this place, injustice. Tell people, like, why you wanted to come back to Berlin.
Well, there were many reasons. One was family. There was a job in Berlin, but also I was just fed up with. I think the social system in America was just unbelievable to me. That it was unbelievable to me that things were just that bad, because people around me and including me, we were complaining a lot about cost of living, health insurance, healthcare. All that stuff was, even the infrastructure. I mean, every New Yorker will agree that the freaking subway system is unbelievable. It's. I mean, I don't think any other city in the world has such a bad subway system, but that's just besides the point. But so there were many reasons, and it was frustrating. I always said to my wife that it was the country of no change, because nothing changed. People want different things, and politicians didn't listen. Nobody listens to what the people want. So it was time to pack our bags and move back.
Yeah.
And you're interesting, because, like, I went to Alabama for the first time a couple months ago, and I had a culture shock. So I can't imagine, like, growing up in Alabama, then New York, and now here.
Yeah.
Kind of talk about
I've had
the differences between America and I guess the South, the North, and being here.
The differences between the South, the North, and being here. Well, I can say, you know, the first thing that comes to mind since I've been living here is it was really shocking to me to actually experience the healthcare system here, the quality of the care. Not only that, but just what you're paying for it. You know, in New York, we like I give an example. Our last year in New York, we had. You were just going to physical therapy. It wasn't even a big deal. I had a minor outpatient surgery, and we, with health insurance, we were already paying health insurance every month. We racked up $15,000 in debt out of our pockets. You know, and we were just, you know, you just don't know what to do. And on top of that, it really makes you feel like your country isn't supporting you, backing you up. Mm-hmm. And then coming here, just the ease of it all. You know, even just here's a little example. Is it took me a while to get used to going to the doctor, for instance, the eye doctor, or dentist, or whatever, minor kind of visit, and not having to pay a copay when I walked out the door. Like you get the treatment, and then you just don't even go by the front desk again. And that took me a while to get used to. You know, and I was really angry in the beginning. Just to experience that, and how, you know, sometimes I remember in New York contemplating when I would feel sick, like, oh, am I sick enough to go? I don't know. And, you know, here I don't have to do that. So you really feel like you're being looked out for here in that way.
And I also think there's kind of this misnomer. I even was guilty of it this week. A viewer emailed me, if you're watching, I forget your name, but she was like, Jordan, stop calling it free. It's not free. Europeans pay for their health care.
Absolutely.
You pay more in taxes for things like health care, education, all sorts of things. Mm-hmm. So it's not like it's just like, you know, free candy going around.
Right.
Like, it's like anything else. Like in America, you pay in taxes for like garbage collection and things like that. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how it is here. Mm-hmm. This is something you all pay for, but it seems to me the difference is it was never corporatized.
Right.
Where you know, pharmaceutical companies and the big executives could. Healthcare and education was never thought as a profit engine. Mm-hmm. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the thing is, it's one of these things that you don't really feel, because it's taken out of your taxes, and I have to, like, I didn't do the calculation, but it doesn't seem like I'm paying that much more taxes here than I do in the States. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like I'm pretty much getting out the same as I do in the States, but I have all those benefits.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
The big thing is also prescription drugs. I mean, I've never in America. I don't remember ever paying less than 100 or even sometimes $200
Yeah,
for
50,
prescription
60,
drugs.
100.
Here, I never does anything cost more than $20. Any medication.
I've never even paid that much.
Never
think
even paid.
most
I mean,
of
if
the time I
it's
haven't
something
paid,
very specific.
but when I did, it was €5.
And that's just the stuff. I know that's obviously not for free, but it's just
No.
the costs are just so immensely different. That's unbelievable. And to anyone that, there's all these arguments of like waiting times and shit like
Yeah.
that. It's just
It's BS.
shit.
They say,
Say that a little louder.
Well, they say socialized medicine, socialized healthcare. You'll have to wait 3 months to get an
It's
appointment.
absolute bullshit. I always
never
waited more
happened.
to get an appointment in New York than I did here. Like you get an appointment really quickly. Sometimes it depends on where you live. If you live in a really busy neighborhood, it might take a little longer, but it's nothing compared to New York or even bad because it's Germany has a public option. It's not a single payer.
Ashley, who was watching, just said we need Medicare for all ASAP, or
Yeah,
else I'm
Ashley.
moving to Europe.
Yeah, right
Well,
on.
you know what else is interesting? I think that put aside like Medicare for all versus just put aside politics for a second. Just walking around here, and somebody asked, "Is this business or fun?" I'm here actually. I was speaking at a conference about YouTube creators and how to be authentic and la la la, and they paid for me to come, so why the hell not? But I am doing work for QYT that you'll be seeing next week. Anyway, but people just seem more like less stressed out here. I mean, I just noticed it at the cafe. I've been cafe hopping today, and I try to strike up conversations, or I'm observing other people. And like in New York, if you even look at somebody, it's like, what the fuck are you looking at? Whereas here, people are friendlier. They're less stressed out. Do you think that's part of you don't have the kind of shackle of debt hanging over you?
Absolutely, and I agree with you. That's even when I would come here and visit before I moved here, that's something that I noticed, and it actually took my body a little while to get used to not being like it took me 2 or 3 months when I moved here to actually calm down. So that was really interesting. But there's something about living in Europe, and I think you're right. I think it is that. Or that's at least part of it, it's not the debt hanging over your head.
I think New York is probably a particular harsh example where people are
New
just
York
stressed
is extreme,
out because rents are crazy, But I think it's more than that. I think it's a whole social structure that's different. There's this idea of you are sort of taken care of. You don't. You're not ending up on the street. You're not. And there's also not a class system, I
It's
feel
not black
like,
and white, but
And I feel like in America, because people can afford healthcare or they cannot afford healthcare, there's better healthcare and there's less, or not healthcare that's not so good, So there's sort of a class system, and it's not even, Here it's just different. Everybody gets healthcare, everybody gets the same treatment. So there's not such I have a better healthcare system than you do, and I get to see the better doctors, and that's just doesn't exist. So it's less of a.
And you guys have a young child, so I was blown away. I don't have any kids that I know of, but if I ever do have a kid, I mean, you get like pretty significant paid maternity leave, correct?
You do. Do you know? Can you go off the top of your head?
Sometimes I feel like, It's almost like it sounds like a gift that you it's like a gift that you get from and so in Germany, and it's different in every country. I know Scandinavia has even a better system, but when you have a child in Germany, the government pays per child. I think you get 198 euros per month until the child is 18 years old.
And that's anyone. It's not someone like living at a certain income level.
And then you get 60% of your income, whoever takes maternity leave, could be the father or the mother, get 60% of what they made, either for a year, and then 60%. If you want to choose to do that for 2 years, then it's less. I'm not sure exactly, because we just did the 1 year thing, but there's a system where you can do it for 2 years, and you get money paid for. So we did it. So she actually took the maternity leave, but it's also she never worked in Germany. So when she moved over here, she was new to Germany. So,
but even just the care, What did he say?
We're getting the
We're getting kicked out.
kickoff
Oh,
sign.
did we just get kicked out?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
I'll wait till he actually kicks us out.
Okay.
So it seems to me that, you know, in America, that you're already hearing the sirens. Oh, freedom is going to be gone if we give health care to citizens and all this. Is freedom gone? Are you like under rule?
Nett Bescheid gesagt, das dürfen die nicht machen, bitte nicht auf.
Okay, I don't know what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah, he's just saying we should go. He's been nice about it. We need to go.
We'll walk this way. Hold on. TYT style, getting kicked out.
Well, now that we talk about freedom.
Well, yeah. So tell me, are you guys like? Because I see the lights are on the streets. I see. Everything seems fine to me here. I mean, that's the wrong way of saying it. There is some poverty in Germany, but it seems to me like what is all this hysteria that we will lose freedom in America? In Europe, it seems like people can pretty much live their lives.
It is propaganda. It's propaganda by the people that are making the money off of the way things are. It's really sad because it's not happening.
Yeah, I don't even know what that. It's just bullshit.